Hi everyone, welcome to Careervues. I am Nancy. Today I'm going to share my tips and tricks which will help you to find a job. Job opportunities are less, job applications are more. Recruiters are struggling. Where there was 250 applications per job posted, now it has reached to 500 as per Glassdoor. It's high time that we should strategize our job search and do it effectively. So my tip number one is you start updating your job marketing materials, which includes your resume, your LinkedIn profile, and your cover letter. If required to make a video CV, do make a video CV. I would leave a link in this video of how you can create a video CV for yourself. The first paragraph of your cover letter should have your qualifications, your objective, and the skills that you're offering. In the second paragraph, it should be your reasons for interest in this position. And third paragraph has to mention that why an employer should hire you, why you seem to be a right fit for this role. You have to write the summary or these 3 to 4 paragraphs compelling enough so that the interviewer or the potential employer gets convinced to read your resume in detail. Time is a big constraint. They hardly take a minute or less than that to go through resume and cover letter together. So make sure your resume is short and it is concise. Today I'm going to tell you 4 things that you must avoid regarding your resume. The first thing is not quantifying it. You must quantify your resume with the team members you have worked with, the projects you have done, or anything that you can count in numbers. Tip number 2, your LinkedIn and your resume should be aligned. All the positions, all the companies should match. Tip number 3, show that you are upskilling yourself, learning something new. Mention that in your resume. Tip number 4, associate yourself with big brands. Any brands that you've worked, whether full-time or voluntarily, do mention the names. I'm going to give you quick answers about resume questions. So let's begin. Shall we include a picture on the resume? Yes, you may or you may not. It depends on the preference and your area which you are applying in. In the US, it's not necessary or it's not considered mandatory to put a professional profile picture. Whereas in the Middle East, it's good practice to put your profile picture so that people should see how you look. And if they need to look up to your LinkedIn profile. Second question, lying about your experience. It's a big no-no. You should not do it. You can hide the gaps by different means, but you should not lie about having an extended experience. Third question, shall we include a hobbies and interests section on the resume? Yes, you can, and it totally depends if you don't want to. If you're applying for a very senior level role, it's not essential that you put your hobbies and interests there. But again, if you want to, it's totally fine. Shall we include the salary expectations on a resume? No. It's good to discuss the salary in person. If your application reaches to a company which has a higher budget for the position, you are at loss. So no way it's a good practice to put your salary expectations on the resume. Shall we include personal achievements on the resume, like any medals or any personal tournaments? Yes, of course. Rather than just mentioning your hobbies and interests, you can instead mention that this is your interest and you have achieved this in this particular area. Shall I put my entire experience in a detailed form? No. If you have worked for 4-5 companies and you have significant achievements to show the recruiters, I would say put your experience in 3 to 4 lines, and under that put 3 key achievements in each role that you've had. Don't use a detailed format of multiple paragraphs and putting all the irrelevant information in your resume. Shall I put about the courses or any trainings that I'm pursuing but not completed yet? Yes, you must. You must put them, but along with the date. that you are pursuing this and it's gonna finish at this date, or you have an upcoming exam for this thing at this date. It's always good to portray that you're upskilling yourself, you're learning something. Some more resume tips. Use the bullet points. Don't repeat your skills. Put some good keywords. Make your resume stronger by using power verbs. Don't make your resume too detailed. Instead, insert the links of any additional works done. When you create your video profile, make sure the length is not more than 1 to 2 minutes. If you keep it under 2 minutes, it's better. The second tip would be, don't make it your CV. Don't sit in front of your CV and start reading it. Video profile has to be a short snapshot of your entire career. You have to be very specific of your achievements, your career goals, your objective, and your qualifications. And that's about it. While creating your video profile, make sure you are dressed as you would dress up for an interview. You have to be in professional attire with the right makeup, and for females, do your hair. Use a light background behind you and look at the technical stuff. Your voice has to be in HD quality. Lighting has to be proper. Make sure your microphone works well and the gadget you are using is well charged. The content that you want to talk about in your video profile has to be based on the targeted industry. Whichever industry you are targeting to work, make sure the content you are providing should show the value addition that you could do if you are considered for that role. To begin with, let me share 5 quick steps to plan and prepare of creating a video CV. First thing, plan the content. Write on a piece of paper whatever you want to speak in your video profile. Tip number 2, you should dress up appropriately as you would in your interview. Tip number 3, you should do the proper makeup and hair for females. Tip number 4, check your gadgets, the quality of sound, microphone, and the charging. Tip number 5, look at the settings where you want to present your video profile. It could be open air, it could be on your office desk, or it could be while sitting on a chair somewhere. While talking, look at the camera dot, not at yourself. It would help you maintain the eye contact with the viewer. Always make sure you create a link of your video profile and place it on your LinkedIn and your resume before sending it for any potential job opportunities. Make your LinkedIn profile visually appealing by using a professional profile picture and a good banner. Second thing is, customize your LinkedIn profile URL. It helps you send your customized URL on your CV and share it in your signatures. The third thing is, don't waste your headline space. Utilize it well by putting your qualifications there. My fourth tip is, make your profile summary interesting. Mention the achievements, make it value-based, make it more scalable for any recruiter or visitors to read. My fifth and last tip is, make recruiters aware of what your employment status is. Many of the job seekers are available, some are not looking for a job, and recruiters are always on to the look of candidates. So make sure your LinkedIn profile says your status right. You need to strategize everything in 2020, whether it's your job search strategy or it is your networking. You need to work on everything strategically. You need to design a job search strategy that works for the industry you are willing to work for. Create a job search strategy right from the resume submission to follow up to the people in your contacts who could be helpful to you. Strategize your job search and then take the next steps ahead. My third and important tip is using your friends and family for your job search. Now, an easy apply button, pressing it 2-3 times a day is not enough. You need to get really active in your job search. Make sure you involve your family members or your friends, ask for referrals, ask for help so that you have a wider reach of your profile. Now comes to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is getting active in your job search. But you'll tell me, Nancy, you've already mentioned that. But when I say getting active in your job search, I don't mean that you apply 10 positions instead of 2, which you used to do. What I want you to do is get active with the companies of your interest. You have to keep a track of the organizations that are hiring. Make a list of the companies that you could approach directly or you have an email address for. Start writing an email directly to the HR department, call the company, take the email address, and do send your profile. Also keep a track of what media says about a company. You need to be very cautious about the company's reputation during the pandemic. A lot of companies have done layoffs or sent the employee on pay cuts. So you don't want to work with organizations like this. So track what media says about the organizations that you are interested to work with. Keep a track or visit their websites on and off. Check if there are new vacancies being posted. Find connections on LinkedIn and prepare your pitch to approach the HR department for informational interviews. My last tip, if you've given interviews, don't hesitate to do follow-up a few times. Recruiters are very busy. HR department is doing a lot of restructuring. There are changes happening. So maybe people get occupied and they forget to respond to you. Active follow-up shows that you are keen on the position and you could prove to be an asset if your interview has gone well. So make sure you follow up politely and be on the job to find a job. If you're watching my video for the first time, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of the career tips from me. Stay tuned to Careervues social media channels on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.